Right, I'm going to start this again. I've done this video 3 times, people keep turning up, people keep phoning me, so let's go. Hello and welcome back to Serious About Salvage and another video on the channel. Now today, I've got another car for you guys to show. It's another one of them I've bought just to kind of flip, but it's a bit different this one. It's got a clean title, no damage, but there is an issue and it was cheap. But I'll get into all that very soon. The Peugeot 108 has gone, and that's gone to a guy through the channel called Phil. He's going to repair it himself, and I think he's keeping it for him and his wife to use. So good luck with the car, Phil. I think you've got a good buy there, and I'm sure you'll enjoy fixing it and enjoy using it. So quickly before we start, sorry about the wind noise. We are in the field again. My hair's flapping around a bit, so yes, I'm sure you'll have a dig at me for that. But once the new unit's done, we'll be able to do this kind of stuff in there. Be able to reverse the truck right in. Be a lot more room to do these kind of videos. So let's dive in and have a look at the Jeep Patriot. So yes, I bought a Jeep Patriot. Now I posted a picture of this on Instagram, and a couple of you said, good luck, it's a Jeep, it's a money pit. And yeah, I know, they have their issues. But all cars have their issues. You know, you can have good ones, you can get bad ones. I think for this particular car model, this is an extremely good example. Very low mileage and great service history. The issue it's got is easily fixed, and I think this is going to be a real money earner and probably the best value and turnaround I'll have or have had so far. So it's a Jeep Patriot 2010. This one is a Sport Plus, and it's got the 2.4 petrol in it, strangely enough. I think they actually look really good. All colour coded. I think they look a really nice Jeep. I'm actually very impressed with it, and I'd contemplated getting rid of the Vito and having this for my little work vehicle, but I don't think I'd get what I need in the back of it anyway. So you're nice alloys, 17-inch, great tread on all the tyres. That's probably the worst one, that the rears literally look new, showing a bit of age more than tread wear, because this car, like I say, it's got some very low mileage on it. 2010, it's only done 49,608 miles, which is one of the reasons why I went for it. I got it from the Cinetech auction site, and I went to Gloucester for it yesterday, and I paid the priceless sum, including auction fees, of £1,200 for this. Now if you look on eBay, there is quite a few selling cheap, and they're all spares and repairs because they have issues, a lot of issues. This being so low mileage, and like I said, it's got full service history with it as well. The closest I could find really in terms of mileage, there was 2 that are similar and one under, and they're like 4.5, 5 grand. Now I don't expect this to be 4.5, 5 grand any day, but I can't see why this wouldn't get between 3 and 3.5, cleaned up, the issue sorted, which we'll get on to. I think it'll get 3 all day long. So there's plenty of money to be made in this car, and that's the reason why I got it. It's got parking sensors, it's got the tow bar on it, which probably is going to be a good selling point, because you know, people buy these kind of vehicles to tow, don't they? Or for farms, that kind of thing. So let's have a little look around it. It needs a good wash. It's metallic black, and I can't see any substantial scratches, but once it's washed, I'm sure some will show up. We've got our spare wheel. Has it got air in it? It has. We've got our jack, we've got our wrench. It's obviously been used, a bit dirty, needs a good clean, but you know, 1,200 quid, come on guys, seriously. Now, well, obviously, like I said, there is an issue, I'll get to it. So yeah, it looks, like I said, it's dirty. These fold down, so you can get a good load in there. I think they go the other way as well, yeah, they go the other way as well, so you can, a bit of like a lazy chair kind of thing. Floor mats in the back have been taken out, you can tell, because it's so clean, the carpet. But they've left the front ones in. It's a strange one. I'll have a look in here. I like the little, are them normal, are them standard? Don't know. But yeah, we've got our proper genuine Jeep mats in the front. And like I said, we've got all the service pack. I'll show you that. We've got our little 4-wheel drive lock button there. But yeah, no real damage, no damage in it. It just needs a clean, doesn't it? A little look under the bonnet. You got your heated power folding mirrors as well. Oh, crikey, that's a heavy bonnet. Oh, let's just stay. Oh, resting a bonnet on my head now. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. So yeah, we've got our 2.4 litre variable valve timing. I'm going to presume that means. We've got oil looks quite clean. So this is 4-wheel drive. Now I don't know if it's permanent 4-wheel drive. I don't know much about these, I'll be honest. I don't know much about these. But you know, everything seems to be in order under here. But not having looked at one before, I don't know. But that'll do me for under here. Set that down. And we get round to the driver's side. I'll jump in. Oh, so as mentioned, low mileage. I like it in here actually. It's got your aircon, 5-speed box. I don't know what that is. That's something in there. Now, what's the issue with this car? Okay. Wheel a bit straight off here. So let's start it up. So she runs, and she runs good. So what's the issue? Right, now my foot's on the clutch. As I raise the clutch, have a listen. You hear that? The release bearing in the gearbox has collapsed. And that's making that racket. So if I hold the clutch down, rev it, sounds fine. Like clutch up. Yeah. So basically it needs a clutch kit, which is a common issue on these. I don't think it's that common that the release bearings collapse. It's usually the clutches that go on these. So that's why it was cheap, £1,200. But it's just a clutch, isn't it? You know, it's not end of the world. I can easily get that sorted out. I won't tackle it myself because I haven't got the new unit and the ramp or anything at the moment. But you know, I know plenty of people around. I'll get that sorted. I'm guessing it's going to be a £400, £500 bill because I want pressure plate, clutch plate. It'll need the concentric slave cylinder. They're the common failures on these concentric slave cylinders, and they are inside the gearbox, which means you've got to take the gearbox out. So we might as well swap that all out whilst we're in there, release bearing, and do the job properly. And then, you know, this car will just get sold, and it'll be sold with a brand new clutch kit in it, which is the common problem. So I think that's going to be a great selling point as well. And like I said, I don't see why this should not. It'll get £3 grand. It might get a bit more. It's got your cruise control. I said everything seems to work. All the lights and everything. Well, it just got dimmed, doesn't it? That's all. Okay. So yeah, I like it. So we've got our 4-wheel drive button. We'll have a little drive around the field, but I'll just show you this book quickly first. It's an old tax disc. I think it's in this one, isn't it? Yeah, here we are. So these are our stamps. I didn't look through them myself. So it's got its 7,500 mile service, and it had that when it had done 2,738 miles. It had its 15,000 mile service when it had done 6,500 miles. It had its 22,500 mile service when it had done 12,000 miles. Its 30,000 mile service when it had done 20,000 miles. Well, you can see this is it's a genuine low mileage vehicle, isn't it? You know. Onto this one. Said it's 37,000 mile service. 45,000 mile service. 52. 60. And it had its 60,000 mile service at 41,000 miles. So, do we think it's possibly it could do with a service, couldn't it? If only an oil flush. Just because of age more than anything. So that was 7th and the 9th, I think. Or was it 4th? Yeah, I think it's 9th. 7th and the 9th, 18. So it's almost been 2 years, if this is, you know, accurate. Perhaps it's had another and it hasn't been stamped, because that oil does look fresh. It looks clean. But I might just put an oil flush through it, you know. Then it's right, isn't it, for the new owner. So anyway, let's have a go. So there's just a few farm lanes around here. We'll just go down one of them. Clutch, you see the clutch biting point is great. No issues with the clutch, it's just that release bearing. Oh, it's noisy, isn't it? It's quite noisy, that. Pulls a bit to the left, that could be tyre pressures. Yeah, I think that'll do. I think that'll do. Here are the reversing sensors. Pulls fine. Yeah, it pulls fine. Okay. That's enough of that. So yeah, I'll get it in a garage and get this gearbox issue sorted out. And it'll be a good one, I think. So check this 4-wheel drive out. So what do? We just pull it. It says 4-wheel drive. Yeah. So it's not got low box, has it? It's just 4-wheel drive. Okay. Right, yeah, okay, happy. Let's put it back in here. Put that back in there. Alright. I'll turn it off so I don't make a racket. So yeah guys, what do we think? I think it'll make a good car for someone. We do live up in Nils up here, so people buy these kind of things around here. Well, as you can see. So I don't think I'll have an issue selling it. There we go guys. You tell me what you think about the £1,200 Jeep Patriot. Cheap or money pit like some people have said. I like it, I really do actually. But I won't be keeping it. It's got to go, and then I can buy something else. I just love the chase. Do you know what I mean? I love the bidding. I love the driving to go and collect it and see what I've got and get it back and do this and have a little poke around it. I love all this stuff. It's great fun. So anyway, that's going to be it for this video. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you do like these videos, please do consider subscribing. Big thumbs up, and don't forget to press that bell notification. And I'll see you soon. Thank you. Goodbye. Alright guys, just a quick bit of bonus footage for you. Just to at the end of this video, so you guys that have hung around till the end will see this. I've just run it to a garage and just had them have a quick look and a bit of advice, and they reckon it's actually the input shaft bearing, not the release bearing. Now, having a little bit of a Google, the input shaft bearing is behind that plate, and there's a Google video of someone doing it. They said it's very difficult to get out without taking the gearbox out, but it is possible. If you remove that plate, you need a special bearing removal tool, and you can pull them out and replace them that way. So I'm going to give it a go, but it won't be in this video. I'm going to have a crack at it today, or at least I'm going to strip it today, and I will video on it, but we'll put that in another video. So just thought I'd give you a quick update. It doesn't appear to be the release bearing, it's the input shaft bearing. Look out for the new next video, and hopefully we'll sort it out.